I have been asked to listen to a few video game musical numbers, but no one has asked me to go and check out the song from Final Fantasy X-2. And I feel like that's a crime. 'Cause 1,000 words call out through the ages that fly to you. I love that song. I just love it so much. Hello wonderful humans of the internet, how are we? My name is Sam Scott-Thorne and I'm a vocal coach based in Glasgow. Now if you'd like to meet and explore your voice a little more, you can find me on sstvocals.com. You can also find me on Patreon and various other social media platforms, and I'll put the handles down below and over there. Now if you'd like to consider becoming a patron, you have access to things like early release of reactions, you can fast track reactions, become a reaction, there's special roles on my Discord server, and you have access to all sorts of bonus content like my Vocal Anatomy 101 series where you learn how the voice works. So consider becoming a patron and help shape my channel. And I don't speak that fast in the videos. It's a slower learning pace. Now this next reaction is a Patreon fast track request, but the person has asked to remain anonymous. So I can't tell you who it's from, but it's from someone. Anyway, they have asked me to go and check out this vocal outfit from a game called, I wrote it down, Ensemble Stars. I don't know what Ensemble Stars is. I've not played it. If you've played it, let me know what it's about down below. But apparently it's got music in it. And this is the band called Knights. And there's 3 songs: Wonderful Happiness, Little Romance, and Corut Breeze. So I'm going to go and check out this and see what's going on. I'm going in proper blind, so let's just go and see what we think. Okay, right. This is moving very fast, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to keep up with absolutely everything. But what I can tell you is from the outset, each member has got a very vertical thyroid cartilage, so it's not tilting to make this vibrato sound. It's very like da 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 ba da. So that just means that it's a much more colloquial sound. It's very like on the level, and it feels like you're being kind of spoken to almost. It's like that bridge between like massively performed singing like that you'd find on like musical stages and stuff and speech. It bridges that gap and it gives you this kind of cool like middle ground. It's good. Okay, so the red-haired person is Casa. Again, I've had to write all this down. Casa has quite a nasalized tone. Now, a lot of people take offense when I say nasal, and I don't know why. It's become like a dirty word in singing, but all it is it's a pressurized, buttery sound. It can be, as we're hearing here, well delivered. It doesn't necessarily mean like annoying or too much. This is a nasalized sound. It comes from the velum area. Your velum is basically your gateway for tone. So if you have your velum down meeting the back of your tongue, all the tone goes through your nose, making a nasal sound. If you have it fully up and block that part off, it's a fully oral sound. But if you have it somewhere in the middle, it's a nasalized sound. And that is what we were getting from Casa here. And I liked it. Do you know what I'm liking here is there's lots of like layered vocals and some are going in unison, so that's them all singing the same thing at the same time. But then there's slight harmonies coming through that are very, very subtle. It just gives this like almost acting as one, but with this like filter on the top. It's really, really effective sound. You get this, it's not distracting, is what I'm trying to say. It works as one piece while they're actually still doing different things. And then you've got all the little peppered ad-libs in here as well. All works really, really well. I'm enjoying this. I'd be interested to know if these voices have like human counterparts or if they're like AI voices or what. They don't sound AI to me, but I could be wrong. If anyone knows that information, let me know.
Please show me your smile.
Oh yeah.
Please, please.
So if we are assuming that this is the same voice and it's not like getting spliced together in some kind of editing lab, Tsukasa's voice has this kind of bright nasalized sound, but also this drop down. That's the nasalities come completely off of it as the pitch lowers, and it's become this almost lower larynx kind of depth of tone. Feels really smoky. It's very nice.
Tell me what you want.
Ooh. Now, who's this person? Black hair. Ritsu, I think. I don't know if I've even written that down properly. So we're just going to say Ritsu. If that's wrong, tell me. This has a little bit of that nasalized flavour, but it's very forward placed and it's also very soft and gentle. The delivery is absolutely beautiful. You can feel it all in the front of your mask here. But the gentleness of it just feels like it's getting wrapped in this lovely kind of silky cloth. I don't know if I'm making sense here. But the vocal delivery really suits the song. It's all kind of gentle and very easy breezy. I like it. Oh, so there's a wee bit more aspirate tone coming through on this one. Who is blonde? That is Arashi. So her voice is very aspirate tone. That means there's more air coming through the folds. It feels very soft and gentle and wispy. I really like the way that her voice has this like kind of more solid, deeper end through the beginning of the phrase, and then it lights up on towards the offsets. Really nice. Okay, this is a good song for hearing everyone's voices here. We've got orange-haired person, and that is Leo. Now, Leo's voice has a little bit of that aspirate quality, but it's on a much higher placed larynx. So you get a really light, bright, innocent kind of sound. It's very, like, impish. It gives you this soft, almost youthful sound. I don't want to say babyish, but you know what I mean when I say that. Like, very, very gentle and light and bright and innocent and young and youthful and light is what I'm trying to say. Oh, okay, grey hair, silver hair, Izumi. Now, Izumi has what I would almost put in the same kind of vein as V from BTS, which is like a higher pitch on a lower larynx. So you get this stretching kind of sound. Broke into a little bit of falsetto, which is where the passaggio kind of goes from a place of your vocal folds vibrating in a normal, well, normal's the wrong word, but like between a thick or a thin place where there's a definite vibratory pattern, to a stiffness where the vocal folds open at one end and the air kind of blasting through creates the sound. Falsetto is a soft sound. It's a kind of a hooty sound. It's very airy. It has a very kind of set profile. You can't really get louder on it. You can't take it too far down in your range. It has this very specific home, and I feel like that was a lovely little pop into falsetto there from Izumi. So Tsukasa again, that really bright nasalized sound pushes forward for me. It's really focused and it does kind of cut through. It feels very present. It's probably the voice that comes to the forefront the most. Just quickly, what is this game about? Because are they like singers in a band, or like are they fighting because they've all got swords? Am I to believe that they're going around like swashbuckling and bursting into song, or is this like a stage prop? I'm confused, but also enjoying it. So there's that. I really like when their voices all come in together. That da was so forward placed. Feels like it's smacking your front teeth. Nah, it's right in the front. And I feel like some of them have this forward play sound and some of them have this back play sound, and you get that bridge and it makes the fullness happen, if you like, because each one's kind of covering a bass. Also, when they're going from one voice into the other, into the other, into the other, the blend is really, really good. They've got quite similar recipes in the way that they deliver stuff, with ever so slight tweaks onto their own personal kind of vocal fingerprint, if you like, but it works really well. I like this little burst into kind of head voice falsetto place. It gives the song a lovely lift into this lightness. The dance routines are really good. It's a definite kind of K-pop vibe I'm getting off of it. I don't know if this is a Korean game. I have no idea. I am really trying to wrap my head around the premise of the game. But I don't suppose that matters when you're listening to the voices, does it? I really enjoy this nasalized sound with these really exaggerated vowel sounds, like oh, ah. You hear like a real different flavor to the sound, even though you're keeping that lovely pressed in nasalized sound. A lot of the time when we're listening to like classical, like musical theatre singing styles, you really do focus on like vowel shape and exaggeration of that vowel shape and stuff, and you tend to like stay away from this like nasalized smaller sound, because you can nasalize a larger sound, but when it's done in pop music it's generally not as kind of belty. So to hear that nasalized sound but with those exaggerated vowel shapes is really interesting to the ear. It gives you the variety. It just excites the ear in a way that I can't really explain. I like it. Now that was the best example. So you had Izumi doing the first E, and that lower larynx kind of sound had brought that into this place of less intensity. And then Leo came in with that super pressed in twangy sound. That could also have been oral twang coming through. That's where your epiglottis kind of comes over the top of your vocal folds but doesn't close over them, and it creates this like condensed airflow which makes the vocal folds thicker on like a thinner sound. So it's way more intense had you not like narrowed that epiglottis down. Those two E's was like night and day. That brightness off of that high larynx, even when we were going into some kind of mid-placed pitches, that larynx staying high kept it really youthful and really nice and very playful. Suits the song really well. That's something that I'm noticing between the three songs, is that they seem to have like a lead with the vocal kind of pattern that suits the idea of the song. So they're like, oh, this is a more playful one, we're going to put you in the front. This one's a bit more kind of sweet and light, we're going to put you with the lighter kind of sweeter sound. It's very clever the way that they're kind of placing their leads. I'm enjoying it. Is there more bands in this game, or is this like, is it focusing on one man's journey? I need to know. Let me know. Now those two go together really well because they've both got a very gentle tone. It's very kind of smooth offsets as well, so there's no like harsh sounds coming off of either of them. It flows into each other very, very nicely. Also hearing Izumi before that with a little bit of cry coming through in the ends of the phrases just adds a wee bit of emotional intensity. Very, very nice touch. Okay, so we're into Corsican Nights now. This looks like it's going to be like a turnabout because we've already heard two, and I'm looking at the third one. I've not heard though. So Casa seems to be like the lead in most of these songs, followed very closely by Leo, and then everyone else kind of just takes up the room on the periphery. This is just like an initial impression though, so I could be wrong, but that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting, is that the two kind of redheads, if you like, are kind of sharing this kind of front space, and then everyone else kind of comes in around the sides and fills up with like more unique tones, if you like. So you've got the two gentle ones over here, and then you've got aspirate Izumi with this like lower larynx work. All of them bring something very, very unique to the outfit that suits the songs. But this one could feature them all equally, I don't know. That was pretty much unison. I couldn't have picked one voice out the other. I like that. Wow, okay. So that was Nights from Ensemble Stars. Are there more stars in this ensemble? You will have to let me know. But that was really, really fun. Thank you, mystery caller, for suggesting that. And if you want to see more video game music, let me know and we'll go and check it out. So I guess all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining me. And how are we going to buy this one? I do not know. So I guess all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining me. And so could this channel be a gaming show? Please subscribe and let me know. I'm pretty good at games, but Resident Evil mostly. But you know, not sure you'd want to watch that. Let me know if you do. I'll start a Twitch channel of Shut Up Sam. Anyway, bye. I love you. Bye.